What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What y'all got going on? We ain't gonna hold you too much longer. We ain't gonna hold you too much longer. We're gonna get straight to it. Oh yeah, let's get in it. Let's get in it. Hope everybody doing good today. Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
A silly video at a gas station. In just a few minutes, they'll head back to a nearby LGBTQ house party. What they don't know is that a masked killer will be there too, determined to murder everyone at the party.
What's going on at the location, ma'am?
Oh wow!
And two of my friends are fatally wounded.
As the investigation unfolded, detectives would discover the killer's dark secrets and a disturbing recording exposing the sick motive behind the ruthless execution.
Y'all like
In the early morning hours at around 5 a.m. on Saturday, May 25th, 2019, emergency lines in Detroit received a call from Clifton Blair Keys and Armand Matthews, who had just watched his worst nightmare unfold when a gunman barged into their home and opened fire.
Can you please have somebody come to this?
What's the address, ma'am? What's the street name?
Necessary.
What's going on at the location, ma'am?
No, I'm a gay male. I apologize.
That's okay.
Somebody just came in and shot up the house. And two of my friends are fatally wounded. It is necessary.
Okay, sir, I'm requesting you to the location now. Are there any injuries?
Yes, serious injuries that you can get right here as soon as possible.
Lady, are you listening? You just said somebody was fatally wounded. You asked that dumbass question. What?
You can get right here as soon as possible, please, please.
It had begun the night before, when a group of friends had been out on a Friday night party. But as the event started winding down, 5 friends, Blair Keys, Armand Matthews, Paris Cameron, Alante Davis, and Timothy Blanchier, returned to their friend Lance Atterbury's home to hang out. But the night was meant to be like any other, filled with music, dancing, drama, hookups, drinks, and arguments. The mood was laid back, and everyone was joking about silly incidents at the party earlier. But just as dawn began to break, they heard what they believed were fireworks. Unfortunately, the reality was far different, and had now changed their lives forever. As Blair hid in the bathroom to protect himself, he heard nearly 20 gunshots echo through the house. But what officers discovered once they entered the home would be far more gruesome and twisted than anyone imagined.
That man killed everybody. Man, it doesn't matter if dude wouldn't have stayed in that bed in the bathroom. They all getting drunk, getting high. Dude just randomly pulled something out, started blinking. That's inside the house. 20 shots. Dang! The boy went on a rampage. For what though? What's the reason?
"21-year-old Alante Davis was slumped over the dining table after being shot twice, while 20-year-old Paris Cameron and 20-year-old Timothy Blanchier lay sprawled across the floor, each having been shot 4 times. It was clear to responding officers that the shooter had been relentless and deliberate, attacking the group with clear intent. But what they didn't realize was that the intent would turn out to be far more shocking than anyone could have expected.
Work with me, work with me.
Now
I
we
do
got to
not
go
have
help people
premium.
customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart?
Boy don't have premium, but we're gonna work it out.
Unfortunately, Alante Davis and Timothy Blanchir had already died from their injuries by the time the officers arrived. Paris Cameron was still breathing and was rushed to the hospital, but she too later succumbed to her wounds. Now facing a triple homicide, officers knew that they had to act fast, given an armed and dangerous suspect was still out there who could take more lives before the day was over. Not wasting any further time, detectives bring in Blair Keys and Armand Matthews, the only two surviving witnesses who had called 911 while hiding, hoping they can help identify who would want to carry out such a brutal attack.
Well, at this point in my life, I guess I can't say now that I'm physically going through a lot right now. Because after last night, like, my mind can't even process what the heck is happening. Because I've never experienced something such as that. Never. Of my 20 years of being on this planet, like, I've been to many house parties, and that I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm imagining you probably got a lot going on in your mind. So, you know, what we're going to do, we're just going to talk to you about it. We're not going to rush you through it. You know what I mean? We just want to understand, you know, help you. So, I don't know if you had experience. I know you never experienced anything like that, but a lot of times for a lot of people, talking about it, talking through it is one of those things that really starts the process of, like, you know, getting it out and really starting that. I don't know if it's healing or just like processing it, whatever. Everybody, you know, but talking is usually a first step in getting it out and moving forward, right?
Bow, 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 bow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, repeatedly, like, bow, 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 bow. I ran to the bathroom and he just kept shooting.
Okay.
Like, he wouldn't stop.
Mm-hmm. Now, where were you at this point in the house when
the shooting was going on? I was in the bathroom, like, ducked.
Did you run into the bathroom? Okay, where were you before?
So this is the table, and it was like chairs surrounding it. So
right by the TV.
Yeah, it was like a TV behind me, a table. Then this was the table that we were sitting by. So I was sitting on this side of the table.
Mm-hmm. And there's that bathroom immediately.
Yep, the bathroom was literally right there.
Okay.
And Paris was sitting on this side. Armand was sitting at the far end. And Tay was also sitting right here by Paris. Timothy was sitting over here by me. The man was coming from this way, shooting.
They came in.
They all ran that way. I ran this way. Now, I had the clearest pathway to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I know that I was not his target. That's how I know he was just targeting certain people, because his gun was not aiming at me. It was aiming this way.
Mm-hmm.
So he intentionally was trying to go after them for whatever reason, I don't know.
And who was them?
Paris, the people that got shot, Timothy, Paris, and Alante.
Okay. Paris, Timothy, and Alante. Out of those people, who were the people that were participating in the festivities?
All three.
All three. Okay. Describe this person that came in and did that.
All I really saw was his eyes. I saw that he had on a black ski mask and a hat, maybe a black coat, like all black, but I couldn't really tell him out because I was too busy trying to react and
okay, we'll work through that. When this person came,
in some cases, you're not gonna see what they got on or who they are. I'm trying to get up out of there. Look, you blinking. I ain't trying to see who you with. I ain't trying to get no good look at your face. So, you know, unless you sit next to me or something and start doing something like that. But I'm trying to see, like, it started on the inside. So they said in the beginning that somebody barged in the house and just started blinking. So apparently they didn't even see the person come in the house. From what it sounds like, it just kind of snuck in on them. Man, ambushing.
Came in. What did he say?
He didn't say anything. He just, all you hear is footsteps and gunshots. And then after that, after the gunshots stopped, you just hear him walking out, slamming the door.
Okay.
Literally didn't say a word.
Okay.
Just came in and did what he did.
Now, from top to bottom, describe this person. And I know during a moment like that, I mean, you're trying to glance at somebody, but at the same time, you're trying to get the hell away. So, you know, you could be mistaken. I don't know.
Yeah, because like he actually, it was about 5. He was shooting so fast, it was already 5 gunshots that was shot before I could even react. We were still sitting there having a conversation while while the shooting was going on. That's how fast it happened. Like we didn't even know that he was in the house. And then when the gunshots happened, like we just, reacting, and all I hear is just screaming. And
But it's what Blair saw after the shooter had left that was truly harrowing.
After that,
Join Delicious Rewards and turn points into free Culver's favorites.
Parents of children who play Roblox. If your child was sexually exploited, abused, or pressured to share
after that, what happened?
after that,
Like I was saying at first, they didn't even know what was going on. So whoever came in their house, they came in that junk creeping real quiet.
I come out the bathroom right after I hear the door slam. And, well, I instantly knew somebody got shot because all you could see was, like I said, blood coming literally through the wall into the bathroom. So I went out there and I lost it. Because like I said, the closest I've got to seeing a dead body is a funeral. I've never seen, I'm not going to say that they're dead. No, I'll take that back. I've never seen somebody bloody, just lose so much blood. I've never been in that type of situation. So the only reaction that I had was to call 911.
Right.
And that's what I did. And I was just trying to follow every direction that they was doing while I was breaking down. Then I had to go downstairs and check and see if Armand and Miami was okay. Miami was on the floor in the basement. Miami, which is Timothy.
Oh, okay. Miami is Timothy. What happened? Just from your standpoint, I mean, what happened and what did you see?
As far as the shooting went, I really didn't see anything. All I saw was the guy walking towards us shooting, and then I walked.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, after.
Not really much of nothing. It was just.
You called 911?
I just called 911, and I just, I was freaking out. I was just telling them, they were asking me all these questions, and I didn't really know how to answer them because, my mind could not keep up with what was going on. So I was just can y'all just please send an ambulance? That's all I'm asking. I'll do whatever y'all tell me to do, but I right now I can't answer these questions.
When detectives spoke with Armand, he shared a similar account, describing how he desperately tried to save his friend Timothy Blanchier after he was shot, as they both attempted to hide in the basement.
So, we're for the homicide unit, right? We're investigating what happened last night. Yes, over on Devonshire. So go ahead and just take me through everything you know from whenever you got there until when we showed up.
Okay, I get there, everyone's chilling, wake up to drink and get high, of course. Well, not of course, but we smoke marijuana.
Sure, we do.
I think he knows the second person alive.
There was a little music going on, and literally, my friends were sitting in a chair. Gunshots were fired. I'm sorry, I have to go back. Paris cousins. They came. A light-skinned guy, one of another friends. Paris friends came. Was short, light-skinned with braids. They just did it.
Just did what?
They fucked.
Okay.
I don't mean to say it like that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened. Shit. waited. I got an altercation with the boy Brendan. It wasn't, a big deal. We just had some words. I don't really like you that much. One of those conversations. He left. Lance took him home. Literally a minute or 30 seconds before I called the cops, which is around, I say 4:56, 4:57. That's when gunshots were fired, and I heard about 8 to 10 shots, I believe. But I wasn't really paying attention.
He was
I was
outside.
and I had Miami. I was trying to pull Miami with me because we both went in the same direction. Timothy. I tried to pull Timothy with me because we both went in the same direction. And that's when I noticed blood. I tried to hold the pressure till cops got there. I never got a description of who the being was that came in the house. My friend said all he seen was his eyes.
Okay. Thursday night, Friday morning at a hotel party. After the hotel party, what time does that go until? They said they picked you up, what you said, 3, 4 in the morning?
Yeah, we wound up getting to Lance's house about 3 or 4. Shit, if I'm probably wrong, it's probably 2, 3 or 4. But still, everything was cool again.
Okay.
Everything was cool all the way to the gunshots. I'm not even really the bullets, the gunshots.
You said 8 to 10?
About 8 to 10 shots.
And you didn't know who the shooter was? You never saw him before? You never...
The way I was in the wall, I couldn't see the front door at all.
What was going on at the house before the shooting happened?
We were literally sitting there talking about a bunch of gay shit.
Okay.
Walk us now through this. You hear the door open, right? The screen of the house.
And then gunshots and footsteps. That's how I predicted, this being came in the house.
Okay, so you hear the screen open. Where is everybody else inside the house?
We are all in the dining room. 3 of us is sitting over here, and 2 of us is sitting back. Well, Clifton was standing in the back area. Well, next to me behind the wall. When you first walk in the house, there's that half wall right there going past the living room into the dining room.
Okay, so how many people are inside that dining room?
At that time, it was 5 of us before the guy, the shooter.
Neither Blair nor Armand was able to formally identify the shooter. The gunman had been wearing a ski mask that completely covered his face. The only detail Blair could provide was that the shooter had a light skin complexion and brown eyes. Detectives also learned that 2 additional partygoers had spent most of the night at the house, but had left before the shooting began. One of them was the homeowner, 29-year-old Lance Atterbury, along with Brendan Suttles, who had recently met and begun dating Armand. But what detectives still don't know is that these were not the only other people who had been inside the house that night. And soon, a third individual will surface in the witness accounts who will be directly connected with the shootings. At the time of the shooting, Lance and Brendan were across town, driving to Brendan's mother's home to drop off some belongings. By the time they returned, they were met with nothing but chaos inside the house, leading detectives to conclude that they were not involved in the crime, but were instead witnesses to its aftermath.
Now, I wonder if that was set up after they left, though. Yeah, I wonder if that was set up after they left, though. That sound like a setup, though. For them to just get the ambush like that. And then on top of that, how many people was in the house at one time, at a certain period of time, before people start leaving. That's what you gotta take note of too. But that's crazy. That's a crazy situation. I definitely feel like that was a setup, some type of back door.
But they could not say the same about Armand and Blair. And as the interrogation continued, detectives began to doubt both of them. They were the only 2 people who had somehow managed to survive such a targeted, gruesome attack.
Right.
And investigators weren't convinced that they escaped by sheer luck.
What happened during the shooting?
Set up.
What you mean?
Just tell me about the shooting.
He walked in shooting, and I ran to the bathroom, and he shot about at least 10, 15 times, and that was it. And I came out, and I instantly called the ambulance, and then I checked to see if he was at the front door, and he was.
The way he make it sound like he knew how long to go and stay in the bathroom and then come out. Like he knew how long it was gonna take. I don't know, that's a little crazy. You say you ran to the bathroom, so you didn't get up and walk. You knew exactly where to go or something like that within the house. These people done been to this house before. Something ain't right with this. I can't figure it out yet, but something ain't right. One of them did.
Were in the house, and then I tamed to my friends.
What did the shooter look like?
I have no clue.
What was the shooter wearing?
All black, with a ski mask and a skull cap, from what I could see.
Where was the other dude hiding there? Where did he come from? As to where he was in the house too. Where was he at?
With a ski mask and a what again?
The skull cap.
Did the shooter say anything? Did the shooter say anything?
No.
Who was shot?
Terry, Paris, and Timothy.
Where did the shooter go after he shot?
All I know is that he ran out the house.
All right, so this is the last few questions, and just for the questionnaire for the official form. Do you know who the shooter was?
No.
Are you the shooter?
No.
Okay. I guess let's put it like this. Are you the shooter who shot Timothy, Paris, and Alante?
No, I never held a gun in my life.
Okay. Never held a gun, never had a gun?
Never held or had one.
Somebody had a gun.
Yes.
This nigga. Where's he at?
We're just kind of now going over everything that you tell us.
I don't know if it was him or not, man. I'm just speculating right now.
Truthfully, okay?
But I do want to know where he was, though.
That is my 100%
Hang on. I'm looking at everything, from listening to what Clifton has to say,
To watching video.
to watching video of everything. It's not adding up.
Like what?
Like anything that you're telling me right now.
Like what? What is not adding up? What?
Just what you told us.
I mean, that's literally what I know, y'all. I was fucked up. I was drunk as fuck. I really don't know.
And maybe you were.
I mean, I know everything I told y'all
listen,
is true.
Maybe you were fucked up and everything was maybe a little bit blurry. Maybe you made some poor decisions. I don't know. And maybe there was reasons for it. I don't know that either. I just know one thing, is that people make decisions sometimes that are not right, they're not wrong, but they happen. Whatever that might be. And maybe that happened tonight.
No.
But what you're telling me and what we know is two different things. And all I'm asking for you to do is just be honest.
Okay.
So tell me.
What do you want to know?
Tell me what happened.
I literally told you what happened. A guy walked in, opened fire, 30 minutes before Clifton, Brandon and Lance left. And he came in, oh shit, I don't know what the heck he got. It just looked like Clifton said he'd seen his eyes. The guy came in, he opened fire. I could not really see him at all. I got up, I left after I heard the first gunshot, and I kept hearing them as I was running down the stairs. So, I really don't know what more y'all want me to tell y'all.
But while our mom
We'll pay you to get your CDL and give you a truck driving job with one of the nation's safest carriers, Rail Transport. So if you're unemployed, underemployed, or
while Armand and Blair insisted that they had no involvement in the crime, they shared a curious detail about Blair's wallet that caught the detective's attention.
Lance took Brendan home.
Okay.
And after Lance took Brendan home, right after buying that, that's when they went to go find my wallet.
I got you. Did Lance come back before they left? So Lance and Brendan left, and then
we was there by ourselves.
And who was we?
Me, the people I just named off.
Okay.
Me, Timothy, Paris.
Oh, okay. And then they left and went to the gas station, and who was at the house when they left and went to the gas station?
Just me and Armand.
You and Armand. Okay, so I'm gonna summarize this and tell me if I got anything wrong, okay? I'm just trying to, light-skinned guy leaves. Is it right after?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he leaves right after. Did you see him in any car or somebody, did he say?
He walked.
He walked? Which way did he go?
He walked the opposite way that he came.
So the
Oh, dang, I told y'all.
Alante, Paris, Clifton. You guys,
They
I
did
knew
that.
it.
His wallet was missing. They
I
went
knew
back
it.
to the BP gas station, ran back cameras, and the cameraman had his wallet behind the counter. And that's on surveillance after the guys had left.
Nigga, open right.
Lance
And Brandon, yes.
Okay, so who all left?
Brandon and Lance, the shit.
Who
For
left
the,
to go to
to
the,
the wallet.
who left to go back to the gas station?
Alante and Paris and Miami. They all, yeah, three of those guys left. And they came back like we found it, yada, yada, yada.
Did they retrieve the wallet?
They got the wallet, but no money was in it.
Okay.
Whoever found it took all the money out and just turned it in.
Okay, so who stayed at the house when them three left?
Me and Clifton.
Anybody else?
No.
Again, detectives cannot shake the feeling that Armand and Blair are involved. Why else would they stay back at home while the victims went to retrieve the wallet at the store? To investigators, it looked like the perfect window for something to be set in motion, especially since, on their own account, the shooter arrived only moments after the trio returned. But as they spoke with Lance, the homeowner, detectives discovered that when the victims had left for the store, they hadn't returned alone. Paris had met someone at the store and had invited this man to join them at the house.
Can you describe him? Yeah, physical being, how he looked, and what he was wearing.
I just know a small frame, lighter tone.
You remember what he was wearing?
It was gray. His pants were gray.
Lance's description of this mystery man was eerily similar to what Blair had said about the shooter's skin tone. And when detectives checked with Blair and Armand, both stated that this man had left the house shortly before the shooting began. To verify their account, detectives request surveillance footage from the gas station store. But what they don't realize is that this footage will soon send them on the hunt for a man who will not be easy to find. Earlier that night, the group had made a quick stop at a BP gas station on the corner of Devonshire and Mack. While they were there, Paris made a new friend. At 2:40 a.m., surveillance cameras captured Paris and Alante entering the store. Paris was dressed in all black with a Nike cap, while Alante wore a camo-style t-shirt and a hat. Standing in line at the cashier to their left was a young man who had caught Paris's attention. He had just entered the store moments earlier, grabbed a juice from the cooler, and was waiting to pay. After a minute or two, Paris stepped away from Alante and walked toward the doorway to speak with the young man, though the cameras could not capture what was said. Moments later, most of the group re-entered the store. Blair led them toward the coolers, with Alante and Timothy, dressed in pink, and Paris following behind. The young man paid for his drink and began heading for the door after briefly chatting with Paris. But as cameras showed him leaving, Paris called out to him, and he returned to the store moments later. The group was then recaptured inside the store. While the cameras recorded no audio, Blair later recalled that Paris had been openly flirtatious with the man. When the group eventually left the store, they were seen getting into Blair's car, which was parked just around the corner and out of view of the cameras. As the car pulled away, Paris could be seen leaning out of the window and calling out to the young man, inviting him to join them at Lance's house for their gathering.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask, but he's not going to. Only pay for what you need.
You know what the guy's name is?
I don't. Javon, Devin, Devon, something like that.
The young man that Paris had invited was 18-year-old Devon Robinson. He had attended the same grade school as Armand years earlier and lived only 2 blocks from the area. About half an hour after the encounter at the gas station, Devon arrived at Lance's house. Armand and Blair later said that shortly after Devon got there, he went into the master bedroom with Paris, and others eventually joined them. The intimate activities that happened inside the room were no secret to anyone in the house. In fact, the group had even joked about it throughout the night. But in the haze of the evening, none of them realized that this seemingly casual encounter would soon tear their lives apart. Investigators then worked to piece together what had happened after that night and track Devon's movements. They began linking surveillance footage from across the neighborhood, and what they uncovered would raise even more disturbing concerns. After receiving the invitation to the house, cameras captured Devon walking back toward his own home. But along the way, he paused and even backtracked briefly, as if reconsidering his path before continuing. Eventually, he was seen heading toward Lance's house. Devon stayed with the group for about an hour, most of it spent inside the bedroom. Later, BP station cameras captured him again as he made his way back home. But this time, his behavior appeared unusual. Cameras showed him pacing in front of the store entrance, spitting, and even gagging, before finally going inside to purchase another drink. By 4:02 a.m., Devon had returned home. Less than an hour later, the shooting began. Armed with this information, as officers rushed to his residence, they found out that they were late, and Devon and his mother had inexplicably moved from their house. His roommate only mentioned that they had left in a hurry, raising several red flags about Devon's suspicious disappearance. In a desperate search for the man who clearly seemed to know more about the shooting from that night, detectives released Devon's image to the media to enlist the community's help to find him. And finally, after a week-long search, a tip led investigators to a house on the other side of the city, confirming Devon's location. They took him into custody, hoping he would finally reveal the key to solving this
Boy,
vicious
got up out of
crime.
there. Him and his
This
mama.
was the opening that detectives had been waiting for, knowing this was their best chance to get the truth and, if possible, a confession. Everything hinged on this conversation. One wrong move, one misstep in the questioning, and Devon could shut down or explode, ending the interview before they learned what really happened that night. But detectives are completely unaware that Devon knows much more about the shooting than what he's going to tell them.
And those 3 individuals that we know that you're responsible for shooting. Now, I don't want you to say anything right now, but we know that you're responsible for shooting. They had to secure enough to arrest you for the homicide. Now, we know some other things that happened prior to that. We know some things that they did to you that was not cool prior to that. We know that you were intoxicated prior to that, and when they took you back to the house, some other things happened. Okay, so we know exactly what you
Hold on, wait a minute.
but we want to know why you.
Some folks said they know that they did something that wasn't cool prior to that to him. Now we gotta dig a little deeper. I was gonna make this a little short, but Yeah, let's keep going, cause there's something in here. What they do to him? That wasn't cool.
You did what you did. What was your emotional state during that time at night and everything else? You know. So that's what we're here to talk to you about. And we know what happened, but we want to hear from your words exactly what these guys do, because we know, even though you kind of lost it at that moment and did what you did, but we both men too, and we understand we might have did the same thing.
Y'all ain't even questioning him. Y'all automatically accusing though. Like y'all ain't asked that man no questions yet. Y'all automatically accusing and saying that he did something. Like that's not cool. I don't feel like y'all should be doing it like that.
You know what I'm saying? When people are enraged or people are under stressful situation, if you got alcohol or some other drugs is involved, you don't think properly. Sometimes you might do some things that you sit back later on and be like, damn, what the hell have I done? You know?
At this point, Devon admitted that he had spent time with Paris in the bedroom, but he denied being involved with anyone else. However, detectives had also found his DNA on Timothy, which verified witness testimonies about everyone being in the room with him. Devon acknowledged that he was a closeted gay man, but he did not admit to the murders or to the motive that the detectives suspected, that he may have retaliated after feeling quote-unquote used by the group.
We want an explanation from you why you did what you did. We were hoping this is a good enough explanation where we can go and advocate for you. But we want the explanation from you why you did what you did. Because we know exactly what you did. You understand that, young man? We know exactly what you did.
I'm hearing you and I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
But I ain't did nothing.
Well, you were there longer than you told us. Yes, we got you people leaving. We know people were leaving, and you left. We know that. We also got you coming back and running away from the location, up the street, up the side street. I can't think of the name of the streets right now, but to your mom's house. I mean, clear as day. You can't deny technology. You can't.
Damn sure can't, but I know what I didn't and did do.
Okay. But listen, though. I'm sorry to cut you off. If you didn't, you were there, or you saw something that made you run away, right? So if you didn't do it,
how can I run away from something when I was at home?
Well, maybe you went in, and when you went back, maybe you went in and you saw some shit. You saw them shot and you ran out. I don't know. And that's the way you come in. You got to tell us that.
When I went home, like literally home.
Faced with the inconsistencies in his story, detectives confronted Devon with the surveillance footage and pressed him further.
There's a reason firefighters always win water fights.
The same doorbell camera that had captured him returning home shortly after 4 a.m. also recorded a dark figure leaving his house about an hour later. Another camera positioned across from Lance's house captured the front portion of the property. While it did not show the shooter entering, it did record a dark figure running away from the house just minutes after the attack. The timing caught investigators' attention. The figure was seen roughly 4 minutes after someone had left Devon's home 2 blocks away. Then, at 5:01 a.m., cameras captured someone returning to Devon's house, only minutes after the shooting had taken place. The distance between the two houses was only about 1/4 of a mile, meaning someone running could cover it in just over 3 minutes. This meant the surveillance footage linking the two locations strongly suggested that the shooter had come from Devon's home.
Okay. So you say after all this happened, you leave, everybody started leaving, right? You leave, you go home, and when you go home, what do?
Take a shower and go to sleep.
Take a shower and go to sleep. And you at home that whole time, right?
Yes.
Until what time?
Until like 11 o'clock.
a.m.
A.M.
Next morning?
Mm-hmm.
Well, same morning?
Daylight.
Daylight. So about 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, what do you do?
I go down to my house in a little place on Buick.
What's that kind of place? What is it?
No, I'm talking about where you stay at.
Who?
My pops.
Your pops?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you went home, you stayed with your mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you went home, was your mom home?
Yes.
So when you came in, did your mom know you had come in?
Yes.
Okay, she saw you come in?
Yes.
She observed you come in, right?
Yes.
You came in by yourself?
Yes. My auntie was laying on the couch.
Your auntie was laying on the couch?
Yes.
And nobody saw you leave, what you're saying? 'Cause you just went to sleep, right?
Yes.
So you didn't leave at all?
I didn't leave.
Okay. So you have a twin brother?
No.
I'm being serious. This is real important. You have a twin brother?
I got a brother. I got a brother that look just like me, though.
He
That's
look
why
just
I'm
like
asking.
the same kind of hair?
I don't know. I don't know if he got it now. He doing time.
Right. He's not out, though. He's in jail, right?
Yeah.
And the clothes that you had on that night, what clothes did you have on that night when you walked into the house?
My army fatigue jacket.
Army fatigue jacket. And what else?
And my Adidas hat.
And you say you never left back out?
When I walked into my
house, you never left back out till like 11 o'clock. You never left back out shortly after you went into the house and left right back out. You never left back out like that.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
I never left back out.
Okay.
After I went home, after leaving that shot.
Do you ever have a history of memory lapse?
I don't know.
Okay. Have you ever...
Hold on. What is memory lapse?
Have you ever had a problem where you can't remember certain things?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. And when does that come on?
A lot when I smoke weed.
You smoke weed?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you can't remember certain things that you did the night before or during that time or something like that, is what you're saying?
Like, it'd be stuff that I forget right then and there that I just said, like, damn, I'm just thinking, I forgot.
But you wouldn't forget shooting 3 people, would you?
Come on now.
You wouldn't forget that, right?
Hell no.
So then you must not be telling us the truth. Because we have videos of you going in the house and coming right back out shortly afterwards and going back to that house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have videos of that. Now, can you give an explanation why you don't remember that? Because you just told me you left out at 11 o'clock, and that's not true.
Right.
We have actual videos. So either you forgot or you're lying to me. Which one is it?
Nah, I ain't forgetting. I damn sure ain't lying to you, because I did.
Well, you did, because we have you on video coming out, going back to the house. So...
I didn't. How you gonna make me admit to something that
I'm not trying to make you...
That's what you just said.
Mind you, there's cameras everywhere. We had cameras everywhere.
Right.
It's tracked you.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. We can piece all that together.
Right.
No bullshit.
I'm listening to you.
I need you to hear me. If you're listening, no, right. So I'm just saying. Memory loss or whatever the case may be. We told you what we have. We tracked you on video, not just tracked you from a dog, which we can do that. We did that as well. Boom, 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 in the house, running. That's a fact.
But
That's a messed up commercial, man. Little ad right here.
But, despite the mounting evidence against him, Devon Robinson pleaded not guilty and waited for his day in court while his family stood by him. In multiple phone calls with them, Devon tried to analyze the case against him, insisting that authorities did not have enough evidence to prosecute him. Notably, throughout these calls, Devon never confessed to the crime. He never mentioned the surveillance footage and never explained why the victims had been attacked with such brutality. Instead, he appeared detached and unfazed, focusing only on himself. His mother, however, expressed deep frustration with media reports that portrayed him as a closeted gay man.
Yeah, everybody making me mad, trying to say, but you know everybody out here trying to act like you gay, right? That shit pissing me off.
And don't let me be out. It's gonna piss me all the way off.
Man, they trying to make it seem like it's a hate crime. Girl walked up to me saying she been knowing you forever.
You said girl walked up to you and said she knew me forever.
Yeah.
And she know how I am. People who know me know how I am.
She was like, I would have never thought Lil Devin would have did something like that. If we had the death penalty, they would be trying to give you the death penalty, but they can't. The only thing they can do is give you a natural life in Michigan.
Damn.
So they basically trying to say because you did it because you hate gay people and all that shit. But see, that shit ain't gonna fly. You got sisters and mama that's lesbian. You feel me? You know that got through.
Exactly. If it ain't no evidence to charge me by my court date, they gotta let me go.
Not necessarily, Devin. You just can't do what they were I did. Because they ain't have nothing against him. And he pled to that shit, but you ain't got to worry about no Kobe City. You feel me? That's what he was worried about, his Kobe City.
Right. And I told the police I was gay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that should be out the window, that hate crime shit.
Anything to get up out of that situation, huh? You gonna lie? He's already lying in the interrogation room.
Well, my thing is, if you ever felt like that way or something, don't be never afraid to come to me with that shit. Don't keep that kind of shit from me.
I'm not.
As the trial began in March of 2020, the motive behind the murders finally came into focus, confirming what investigators had suspected from the beginning.
We've got 3 victims. We've got sex involved. This thing is, I'm sure, not part of your everyday life. All right? So right now, it's time to put both feet on the ground, take a deep breath. We're here, we're real, we're relaxed. We're going to make them prove it.
Is something what's known as a trade. A trade is someone who holds themselves out as heterosexual, but has interest in people of the same sex, but they're on the down low. So they're referring to him as a trade, and then they're laughing, giggling, saying, oh, he is gay, he is gay. Eventually the defendant leaves, and Paris is seeing him off out the front door. Paris is happy, but it's like he's watching their interaction. And the defendant is standing there just completely blank. And Blair is watching this happen. He never thought it was a good idea to bring a stranger home from the gas station in the first place, and even complained about it to the homeowner when it's out of the
Blair Keys was the first witness to tell the jury about the house party, and particularly how Devon was emotionless and cold throughout, and how he always had concerns about inviting him to the house in the first place.
But I did tell him, like, I didn't like the fact that they did that because it's a random boy from a gas station,
Why does this concern you?
It concerned me because it's a random guy from a gas station.
All right.
So that's why.
To these individuals that are...
No, the whole time he's not saying anything. He's just sitting there, chilling the whole entire time. Not an emotion in his face.
Did you and Paris talk amongst yourselves in front of him saying he's gay, he's with it?
No. We were downstairs.
Okay.
Talking about that.
Did you ever talk about it upstairs? Did you ever giggle about him upstairs?
No.
Blair then describes what happened when a gunman suddenly walked through the door and opened fire.
Me, Paris, Alante, Timothy, and Armand.
All right, and while you're sitting around laughing about this situation, what happened?
We hear footsteps. We think it's Lance. We hear, mind you, it's kind of close to July, so we hear little firecracker noises. It wasn't a big gun, but it was like pow, pow, pow. So we thinking it's Lance playing a joke. But then we see a guy with a ski mask come in.
Junction to weed.
Okay, what do you see?
I see him coming in with a ski mask, and...
Does this person have a weapon?
Yes, he was shooting.
What did you do?
I was in a 2-second shock. That's how I got a good glance, at least at his, at his eyes. That's how I remembered. And then after that, I had ran into the bathroom.
Are you able
the sweet sound
of selling and earning on
Boy, this situation
Vinted.
crazy.
Don't wear it, sell it.
Going back to school doesn't mean starting from scratch. At Purdue Global, the learning you have gained through experience you already have matters.
Are you able to identify the person who was the shooter that night?
Yes.
Why?
Only by skin complexion and eyes.
And what did that look like to you?
It looked like the same boy that came with the body.
The person sitting in the courtroom today, the defendant, Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
You didn't see the face of the shooter, did you?
No, but I got a good.
I'm asking, did you see the face of the shooter, yes or no?
No.
You really didn't look at who was shooting, correct?
I glanced.
Yes.
A 2-second shot and glance, then I ran.
Armand Matthews described how he tried to save his friend while they hid in the basement and said he never saw the shooter.
We're sitting there, and next thing, like literally, this is all we were doing was sitting there, and that's when the gunshots took place. I was in the dining room area. I really could not see the front door. Blair's seen everything. When I seen the gunshots, I immediately, first we were all, we were like, what are they? Are they fireworks? But, I grabbed Timothy and I rushed down to the basement and I had him with me. When we were running down the basement, he was saying something to me and he immediately stopped talking. He grabbed my hand and put my hand where the bullet shot was, on his chest.
Indicating for the record your hand is on your chest.
Yes. And I held pressure. I ran back upstairs because I heard Blair screaming. I ran back upstairs to make sure everything all right. I seen Teddy and Pierce curled up in the corner. I called 911. I stayed on the phone with 911. I ran back downstairs. I held pressure on Miami because he was still breathing. Timothy. He was looking at me and I held pressure on him. And I stayed on the phone until the cops got there. When the cops got there, she put her gun to my face and made me take pressure off of Timothy. And I believe that is when he really lost his life. Because once I moved my hands off his chest, the blood was rushing a lot faster than what it was. And she put her gun to me, told me to...
But despite Devon insisting that he did not kill the victims, his motive appeared clear to those in the courtroom. Prosecutors argued that Devon believed that the victims had mocked him for hiding that he was a gay man, something they said triggered the violent attack. Moreover, the surveillance footage presented mounting evidence against him. Cameras showed someone leaving Devon's home and heading toward Lance's house around the same time that the shooting occurred. No alternate theory was presented, and no witnesses could account for where Devon had been during that time.
To get dressed in black clothing, head down towards Brunswick, over to Devonshire, kill all these people, come running back out towards Buckingham, back in the house. Again, you would have to believe, after all of this, that some random person went for an 8-minute walk at the exact time of the shooting. That's not what happened. This is the defendant. The defendant did this.
And it didn't take the jury long to return with a verdict on all counts.
How do you find the defendant, Devin Robinson, as to count 1, homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated, Alante Davis?
We find the defendant guilty.
How do you find the defendant as to count 2, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Timothy Blanchard?
Guilty.
And as to count 3, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Paris Cameron?
Guilty.
Devon Robinson was sentenced to 3 life terms without the possibility of parole for first-degree murder, along with 10 to 20 years for 2 counts of assault with intent to murder and an additional 2-year sentence to be served consecutively for felony firearm. If you found this case interesting, you need to check out my video on the poor friend who found his roommate executed.
Watch who your friends are, man. Pay attention to your surroundings. Know the people you're dealing with. They end up bad. Real bad. Till next time, it's your boy signing out.